Throughout history, humanity has pushed every boundary imaginable. We have scaled the tallest peaks, plunged into the deepest oceans, and even left our footprints on the surface of the moon. Yet, despite all of this, our planet still holds places so dangerous, so secretive, and so deeply unsettling that no human being can safely set foot there and walk away unchanged. Today we are going to explore 10 such locations. Places where curiosity alone could cost you your life. Stay with us until the end, because number 1 will leave you speechless. Number 10, North Sentinel Island. The island that time forgot. If you believe that every corner of the modern world is connected, North Sentinel Island will shatter that assumption completely. Sitting quietly in the Indian Ocean, this island exists in a world apart. The Sentinelese people who call it home have refused all outside contact for thousands of years, and they enforce that boundary with deadly force. In 2006, 2 fishermen whose boat drifted too close were killed on sight. When the Indian Navy sent a helicopter to recover their bodies, the tribesmen launched a barrage of arrows and hurled spears into the air. Their lifestyle, their tools, and their entire way of life remain completely unchanged from what they were in the ancient past. The Indian government has since made it illegal for anyone to approach. This island is not just off limits. It is a world that does not want us. Number 9, Snake Island. Where every step could be your last, snakes make most people deeply uncomfortable. But imagine an entire island where snakes outnumber every other living thing. Ilha da Queimada Grande, off the coast of Brazil, is exactly that place. More than 4,000 venomous snakes inhabit this small stretch of land, and the most feared among them is the golden lance-head pit viper. Its venom works so fast and so viciously that it can dissolve human tissue. These serpents exist nowhere else on the planet, only here. The Brazilian government strictly bans all civilian access to the island. Only scientists with special clearance may visit, and never without protection. Local legend offers a darker explanation for the island's infestation. Pirates are said to have used dark magic to summon the snakes centuries ago, posting them as eternal guardians over buried treasure. Fact or folklore? One truth remains: anyone who lands here is in grave danger. Number 8, Area 51. The desert base that guards its secrets well. Few names carry more mystery and intrigue than Area 51. Hidden inside the vast Nevada desert, this classified U.S. military installation has fueled decades of speculation about extraterrestrial life and secret tech. Witnesses claim alien bodies are stored there, and exotic crafts are tested. The 1947 Roswell incident only deepened public suspicion. Officials called the wreckage a weather balloon. Millions believed it was something far more extraordinary. The base is encircled by sensors, armed patrols, and surveillance systems. Trespassers are not simply turned away. They can be detained. Flying over it without clearance is a federal offense. If the government truly has nothing to hide inside those walls, why is this secrecy so absolute, so relentless, so total? That question alone has never been satisfactorily answered. Number 7, Vatican Secret Archives. Centuries of hidden knowledge. We tend to assume that most of human history has been recorded and shared. The Vatican Secret Archives suggest otherwise. Buried within the walls of Vatican City is a library unlike any other, holding thousands of documents that span nearly 2,000 years. Letters from kings, records of inquisitions, papal correspondence, and texts so sensitive that only a small number of scholars may ever see them. Access is tightly controlled and surrounded by layers of strict protocol. Researchers must apply in advance, justify their purpose, and follow strict rules. It is rumored that documents related to the early life of Jesus Christ are stored here, along with accounts of events the Church has never wished to make public. Vatican officials rarely speak about what lies in the deepest vaults. The archives remain one of the most guarded collections of information on Earth. Number 6. The Dark Energy Temple. A structure without a location. Most forbidden places appear on a map somewhere. This one does not. Somewhere deep within the remote Himalayan ranges, a temple is said to exist that was not built by any civilization we can identify. Those who have gone looking for it either vanished entirely or returned in a state of profound psychological collapse. Monks and scholars who have studied the legends describe it as a threshold, a point where the boundary between this world and something else grows thin. Some researchers believe the stories are rooted in real geography. Others argue the temple exists only in the collective fear of those who seek it. No confirmed photograph exists, No GPS coordinate has ever been verified. Whatever the truth behind this myth may be, the mystery endures completely. Number 5. Island of the Dead. Where the past refuses to rest, history has left scars across many places in the world. But some locations carry a weight that feels impossible to explain rationally. The Island of the Dead, located off the coast of Argentina, is one of those places. Ancient burial sites, crumbling graves, and unmarked skeletons cover the island. Historians who have attempted to study the remains have disappeared. Eerie winds move in patterns that cannot be explained by local weather systems. Visitors who briefly made it ashore reported hearing voices in the night air, whispering sounds with no identifiable source. The island has never been open to tourism and is not likely to ever be. Every expedition that went in with scientific intent came out with fewer members or did not come out at all. It sits in relative obscurity, waiting, as it always has. Number 4. Mount Kailash. The sacred peak no one has ever conquered. There are mountains that have been climbed thousands of times. And then there is Mount Kailash, standing in the remote highlands of Tibet. It is revered as sacred ground by the followers of Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and the Born tradition. Lord Shiva himself is said to dwell upon its summit. What is remarkable is that, despite centuries of mountaineering ambition, no human being has ever successfully reached the top. Every attempt has ended in failure, retreat, or disaster. When a Chinese expedition attempted the climb in the 1950s, their equipment malfunctioned without explanation before they could proceed. Expeditions have reported flashing lights, strange sounds from deep within the rock, and an overwhelming sense of being watched or turned back by an invisible force. Science points to geological and meteorological complexity, but those who live nearby simply say the mountain does not allow visitors. Number 3. The Bermuda Triangle. Where the ocean swallows everything. There is a stretch of the Atlantic Ocean that has claimed more lives and more vessels than perhaps any other body of water on Earth. The Bermuda Triangle spans the waters between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Dozens of aircraft and hundreds of ships have simply ceased to exist there. No wreckage recovered. No black boxers. No distress signals. Just silence, where there should have been something. Theories range from underwater methane explosions to magnetic anomalies that confuse navigation systems and send pilots into fatal spirals. Others point to rogue waves of extraordinary size forming without warning. Some continue to believe the region is governed by forces beyond science. Storms appear there with no prior indication on any weather system. Whatever causes these disappearances, they have been happening for centuries, and they have shown no sign of stopping. Number 2. Havringen Mountain. The peak that corrupts the mind Norway is known for dramatic, breathtaking natural landscapes. But Havringen Mountain carries a reputation that draws a different kind of attention. Locals have long maintained that something about this mountain affects the mind. Travelers who spend extended time on its slopes begin to feel disoriented, anxious, and profoundly unsettled in ways that are difficult to describe. The sensation builds gradually, then overwhelms completely. Some have come down from the mountain, unable to explain where they had been. Others describe a persistent feeling of being followed by something unseen. Scientists have proposed that unusual magnetic fields, or infrasound from the terrain, may be responsible for the psychological effects reported by so many visitors. Whatever the cause, the mountain's atmosphere is widely considered hazardous. Most people who learn of it choose not to test their own mental endurance there. Number 1. Aokigahara Forest. The forest that calls people to die. There is one place on this list that carries the heaviest weight. It is the Aokigahara Forest at the base of Mount Fuji in Japan, known across the world as the Suicide Forest. It is visited every single year by hundreds of individuals who enter with the intention of never leaving. But beyond the documented tragedy, something stranger seems to live in the trees. People who enter describe hearing voices from the shadows between the trunks, catching shapes moving just outside their line of vision, and becoming swallowed by a silence so complete it feels physical. The dense canopy blocks sunlight, creating an atmosphere of total stillness. Magnetic iron deposits in the ground interfere with compasses and GPS signals, making it dangerously easy to lose your way and impossible to find it again. Signs posted at the entrance plead with visitors to consider turning back. Even guided tours carry strict warnings against walking too far from the group. Scientists describe it as an environment that disrupts mental equilibrium. The locals simply say the forest is haunted by those who never found their way out. Aokigahara is not just a place, it is a question that has no comfortable answer. 10 places. 10 mysteries. 10 reasons to believe that our world still holds corners that are beyond our reach, our understanding, or worse, safety. Are these stories the product of superstition and exaggeration? Or is there something genuinely beyond explanation waiting in these places? That is a question only you can answer for yourself. If this script opened your mind to something new, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to know which of these locations unsettled you the most.